Okay, so before we get started today, there's two things I need to talk to you about. Number one, I have done my hair. I don't know what's going on with it today. Give me a break, all right? The other thing is that currently over on my Etsy store, we have got the best sale I have ever done in my life. It is a clearance sale on all scratchers, which means you can buy scratchers to your absolute heart's content. I mean, like, just for instance, all of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 scratchers, £8. They are £1 each, bestie. I have never run a sale this deep. It is 75% off, and I had to even reduce the price of everything. So I reduced them all to £4, then made it 75% off because that is the maximum Etsy will let you take off. And the reason why is because all of these are being discontinued because we are making way for a new style of scratch off savings challenge, which I think is going to be a lot more reusable, a lot more replayable, and a lot more fun for everybody. So these are selling out like actual hotcakes at the moment. So if you want to get hold of any of the scratch off challenges, and I'm talking the Zodiac ones, I'm talking the fun ones that originally were for kids, like these are really, really good. And, you know, it'd be a shame for them to go, but we've got to make way for newness and stuff like that. So that's what's happening at the moment. Talking of newness, I have got a new savings challenge to launch with you towards the end of today's video as well, but we do need to actually get into today's video. Hi guys, gals and all buddy house, welcome back to Budget with Ira. My name is Ira, and on this channel we talk about budgeting, paying down debt and saving up for the life that you truly deserve. If that sounds like something you'd like to watch, please consider subscribing to the channel because we do have a lot of fun over here, bestie. We really, really do. In today's video, we're going to be checking in for week 2 of October's budget, which means we're taking a look at all the money that left my account last week, whether it be cash or card, comparing it as per budget and making sure I'm on track. For those of you who are negative Nellies in the comments who think this sounds like a boring video, oh no, bestie, it is not a boring video. We're going to be doing some saving challenges, we're going to be doing some sinking funds, we're going to be playing with cash. We have got so much fun stuff happening, so let's get straight into it. We are here in my beautiful My Budgeting Journey planner. She's gorgeous. She's available on my Etsy store, and she's available in deluxe, value, and digital. We're going to be laying down expense tracker stickers from the 5th to the 11th. Let's go. Talking of expense tracker stickers, these have been like out of stock for quite some time. I've just put in a big order. They will be back in stock literally within a week. So by next week's video, I'll be telling you that all of the original colors, so not these ones, the ones that match the original one, all 8 of those colors, they will be back in. Anyway. We're going to start with a no spend on the Sunday because I didn't really do anything. So there were 2 bills scheduled for the 5th, but they came out on the 6th, and that is pet insurance, and that was $49.71 as expected, and then YouTube Premium, which is $12.99. Another no spend day on the Tuesday. On the Wednesday, I put £30 of petrol in my car. I needed to because I was running a race on the Saturday, and I got my haircut at my barber's, which I really like. And then I spent all of my bloody, what is it called? Clothing budget. I spent all of that, and this hoodie is one of those things. So I went to Primark. I spent $16.99, and it was this hoodie and something else. I spent $64.97 at Next, which was like an overshirt, some t-shirts, stuff like that. And I spent $17.99 at TK Maxx on some underwear, which I will not share with you. Oh no, bestie, I will not. Also, those of you who are keen-eyed, you may have noticed that I've got tattoos. So this one here, it looks a bit blurry and it is a bit painful at the moment. This is Roman numeral 6 because I am the 6th child out of 7. And this is actually, believe it or not, salt. It's part of a quote from my favorite film, and all will be revealed. I also got one on my arm. It's actually quite painful to get it out. I showed it on a live, but I'll show you next week because we're actually dealing with the cost of that next week in next week's video. So I will show you that. Anyway, moving on. I spent £7.44 in Sainsbury's on the Thursday, and that's from my spending money. Okay, and I bought Magnums, some bacon and some soft rolls. So obviously this was for lunch, and that was because I was just feeling it. And I haven't actually had any of those Magnums yet, and I think I'm going to go and have one. But yeah, £7.44. Then my phone bill came out on the Friday. It was £13.50 as expected. And then finally, no spend on the Saturday. So on the Saturday, I actually did my Southampton 10K and it was such a lovely experience. And if you want to know all about that, I will tell you about that on my Patreon preview. So that should be this week's video. If I get time, I will probably do it, and then it will be on Don't Trust Ira in 2 weeks time. Moving on, we'll move over to this. We're going to check in for week 2. Let's get a bit up close and personal, bestie. So I'm going to start by filling in everything that I know. Okay, so starting with spending. Last week we gave ourselves £15 because I didn't have much of the week to do it and I did it really, really late. I spent only £7.44, which I can't remember how much that would actually give me, but we are going to put that into the change tin right after this. So we're going to roll over 0, and then haircut and petrol are always the same. I do it the same week. So we stuffed nothing extra and I spent 30 of each, and that means we've got £60 left over off both. But I can already tell you that petrol and haircut are now already out of sync, which is interesting. Swimming, we spent nothing, and the reason why is because I couldn't be asked. So because I couldn't be bothered, we are on track to still only go swimming once a week and not overspend. So excited about that. So still got 1860 there, and there were no unbudgeted spends, which is, you know, grateful. So last week we stuffed £15. I spent 67.44 and I have 130. Wow, that is bad. 138.60 left to spend. So we said we'd go into the change tin, but we also need to start with this. This is my beautiful A7 binder that's available on my Etsy store. I use it as my purse. She's absolutely beautiful. Let's pull this out and see how much we have got to... Do you know what? I know I'm going to need a calculator, but I do not have it. So this is going to be interesting. So we've got 5, 6, 7, 756. 756. And here is the change tin. Here she is. She's absolutely beautiful, and this is available also on my Etsy store. But when you buy it, you're not buying the tin, you're buying this sticker. It's available in 5 different colorways, whether you're a bright girly or you're a nudie girly, and it saves up £681.61. So we have got £7.56. I want to be smart with this. So £7.56. If I do 256, this is maths, right? This is on maths. If I do 256, that means 256. That means that's done. So we've only got £5 to deal with. The highest number is 350. So 350 and 150 is 5? Yeah, it is. So 350, 150, 150. Did I just do math in my head? Oh no, 350 is done. 150 is done. I'm going to do 149 and we'll be a penny extra. And besties, that is on math. Never did I ever say that I was going to be good at maths or anything like that, but we know we've got a penny in the bank now. So all good, and we managed to sign off 3 this week. Go us. Back in the budget, and we need to account for a couple of bills. So starting off, pet insurance was $49.71 as expected. YouTube Premium was $12.99 and phone was $13.50. So bills we've got to look forward to, I guess, next week are Runner, because it's coming out now, Apple, and car insurance. Maybe, what have we got? We've got up until the 18th. So probably just Runner and Apple. Yeah, interesting. Okay, cool. It's time to cash stuff, and we're going into this. This is my beautiful Snow Day binder and the Snow Day collection, which is available on my Etsy store. This is the current collection, and it has been very, very popular. So this is one of the ones that I would say, if you're interested in her, grab her while you can, because she is actually selling very well. I don't know what it is about this sort of warm, cozy sort of hygge, was it hygge? This hygge sort of vibe that people are really getting into. But yeah, she's really, really working for a lot of people. But let's go into spending money. We're going to take out £40 for the week, and that's going to be 2 5s, sorry, a 20 and a 10, and then we're left with 2 weeks worth, which should be 80. So let's count that: 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 60, 80. My math. We're going to put that away, and obviously it'd be lovely if I could get £40 all to myself, but oh no, I don't get that, never get that, never will. We're doing the primary challenges available on my Etsy store. This is the older version. It doesn't quite look like this when you buy it. When you buy it, it will look like this. It'll be a laminated style envelope, and it's still absolutely beautiful. In fact, I think it's elevated, and look at the back of it. This is how it works. You assign a value to each color, red, blue, or yellow, and then you grab this dice that comes with it. So you assign a value and then you roll the dice, and whatever it lands on, you save. If we go ahead and look at mine, I have assigned 5 to red, 10 to blue, and 20 to yellow. But if you look, I've done all the yellows. And last week I actually rolled a yellow, and because of that, I signed off 2 blues just to get the challenge done, like sooner or later. At the moment, it looks like 6 weeks left, but if we get some blues, it might get a little bit quicker. So let's go ahead and roll this dice, see how much we're saving this week, and let's do it. Yellow. So that means it's another 20. It's another 20. So I'm going to do that. We're going to get that done. So that means we've got it down to a month, and then this challenge will be completely done. And this challenge will save up however much you want. It depends on how much you assign a value. So I know people like to do like 1, 5, 50, like really like mess it up, but yeah, I'm gonna do the same as what I did last week, and I'm gonna add another £5 to Fiver Friday, just because I think I coped really well on £15 for the week, and I'm going to give it another go. So let's see how it goes. And I don't even want to count, see how much. Look, it's getting there. Do you know what? The goal is to have as many fivers as Iris. So yeah, so we are going to stuff that, but I did promise that there was going to be a new challenge. So over on Don't Trust Ira, that's where I do my lives, we decided that I decided that we're going to launch a challenge every single week. So for the next sort of 5 or 6 weeks, you're going to see a new savings challenge launched over on this channel. This is already on my Etsy store. It's available physical and digital, and it is called Hoot Loot. How nice is this? So this is called Hoot Loot. It is your owl saving challenge. Look at that, isn't it cute? For those of you who are keen-eyed, you may recognize this print. This is one of the prints that we actually used in the Halloween advent calendar last year, and I absolutely love it. I am going to be sending one of these to Iris, and listen, let me show you how it works. So this is a dice challenge. It comes with this little thing here, and it saves £300. So it's one of the larger dice challenges, and you've got like loads of rolls. So the dice looks like this. It is an owl dice. How cute is that? So basically you'd roll it, knock off the 5, save a 5. Knock off the 3, save a 3. 1 to 6 is £21. So if you've only got like notes, you do 2 to 6 or whatever. But this is how it works. There's 1 to 6 that many times plus an extra 6, and that is exactly 300. So this fits in here very nicely. If you're in America or somewhere where they have like ones as notes, very good, but you can still have a couple of notes in here as well, as long as you are safe for them to not fall out. So this is it. It's absolutely beautiful. It's available now, and stay tuned to find out what's going to be launched next week, because there's going to be something new every single week. But for now, Hoot Loot is available, and if you are in a country such as Canada, who currently have the postal strike, America, which has the tariffs, or Europe, which I can't even send to because of GSPR, there is a digital one for you as well. So very nice. Also, by the way, if you are bored of collecting these dice, you can also have this without a dice, and it's much cheaper to have it without a dice. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, let's go ahead and stuff this £15 for the week. I'm excited to sort of see this. There's that. That's us done for the week, bestie. So what do you think of Hoot Loot? Obviously, there's like a load more saving challenges coming your way. Mostly dice challenges. We've got a bee one. We've got a unicorn. Oh, sorry. We've got loads of exciting ones. So yeah, watch this space. And also, last reminder, well, I'll probably remind you next week as well. This is a sale that's going to be on for like a while. I want this clearance to be gone. I think these have been like a big staple of the shop for a very long time. When you look at these, you know they're a budget with Ira product, but I think they've had their time, and it's time to move on from them. And we've got much much more excited and elevated ways to have a scratch off challenge that is a lot more sustainable going forward. So enjoy these. They will not be reprinted or anything like that. They are literally £1. Grab them while you can. Thank you so much for getting through to the end of the video. You know I love it when you get through to the end of the video. Please give this video some love. Make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe. And if you are going to comment, please use this emoji. Also besties, we need to keep your ears close to the ground because when these are relaunched, I've ordered a lot, so hopefully there's an appetite for them. They fit the value, the digital, if you print them at the correct ratio, and the deluxe version of the planner, both types as well. So yeah, keep your eyes out for those. Those will be launching very, very soon. Have you considered becoming a channel member or a patron? Patrons get exclusive content, sneak peeks, and significant discounts off my Etsy store. Channel members get early access to every single video. In fact, they've seen this video long before you have, bestie. If you like sounds those perks and you like sound of me, have a look at the links in the description. You will not regret it, bestie. An extra special thank you to our top tier patrons, also known as Sugar Daddies. And before I read out their names, that's last month's. I will update the list very, very soon. It's in the plans. I will. Amanda Briggs, Angie, Kathy and Diana Hazel, Denise Nelson, Diana, Diana Hazel, Emma Playford, Janice Backman, Lakota, Megan Edwards, Nat, Susan, Tasha Bouvier, Tiffany Probasco, Tony Leland and Tracy Dowdy. That is all we have for this week. I hope you've enjoyed this week's video. I know there's only been one this week and one last week, and there'll probably be only one next week as well. There's just not a reason to make a video, and I don't want to do one for the sake of it. Might do a budget bestie though. So get your forms in if you are interested in me doing that. People reach out to me all the time over on Instagram to say, can you do my budget? Do a budget bestie form. Just do a budget bestie form. But that's all we have for today. Until next week's video, bestie, I would like you to have a wonderful day, have a wonderful week, and have a wonderful budget. Always remember, don't trust Ira. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this in the thumbnail. Because when do I get to do it like, oh, have I gone mad? And I can hide my hair then, because I've done a bad job. See you soon, bestie.